All right, so get ready, because today we're diving headfirst into the world of health psychology,
Yeah?
where the mind, it kind of connects with health and well-being.
Uh-huh.
And we've got a ton of info to dig into today from RoleCatcher. They're all about helping you, navigate this whole career path thing.
Yeah, it's like having a cheat sheet for this whole field, you know what I mean?
Totally. So let's start basic. What does a health psychologist, actually do?
Okay, so
Before reading this guide, I gotta admit, my view of this whole thing was kind of, well, limited.
it's definitely got more to it than you'd think, that's for sure.
Okay.
So basically, they're like the bridge between psychology,
Right.
right,
Right.
and actual healthcare.
Uh-huh.
They use their knowledge to help people, actually feel better,
Yeah.
but
Hmm.
it gets way more interesting.
Okay, tell me more.
It's not just sitting in an office talking to people one-on-one.
Right, okay.
It's like analyzing health trends, creating programs, research. Even, get this, influencing public policy.
Oh, hold on. Public policy. I thought this was about helping people directly, not making laws.
It's both. And that's what makes this field so wild.
Oh,
Like, imagine this.
okay.
A health psychologist does this big research project on, say, how stress impacts chronic illnesses, right?
Yeah.
That could actually change healthcare policies. It's not just treating patients, it's shaping the whole system.
That's really cool. It makes you
Wow.
realize how connected everything really is. But okay, let's get real. What's it actually like to be a health psychologist? What are the perks, the not so fun parts? The whole should I even bother
Yeah.
things to consider?
You're speaking my language.
Right, because we got to know the good, the bad, and the is this career even for me?
Exactly.
Right.
Thankfully, RoleCatcher gets into all that.
Okay, good.
So, good stuff first. Why this career path is so
So
appealing.
give me the positives. Hit me.
Well, first off, imagine your work, directly making people's lives better.
Yeah.
That's huge. That kind of fulfillment, you can't put a price on that.
Right.
On top of that, this career, it's super diverse.
Okay.
We're talking hospitals, research places, private practice, you name it.
Wow.
There's probably a spot for a health psychologist somewhere in there.
Yeah.
And, you usually need a doctorate, so the salary potential definitely there.
Right. Yeah.
RoleCatcher mentions, an average of $85,000 for those just starting out. And obviously even more for those with experience.
So we've got meaningful work, tons of options, and a good salary. Sign me up, right?
Hold on. Don't get ahead of yourself.
Yeah.
It's not all sunshine and rainbows,
Right.
RoleCatcher keeps it real. They talk about the realities of the field.
Okay.
You're
Yeah.
dealing with people's health, their struggles, anxieties.
Yeah.
It could be emotionally draining,
Yeah.
Burnout is a real thing.
Right.
Plus, becoming a health psychologist, it's a journey.
It's not like you pick up a self-help book and you're ready to go, right?
No, not at all.
You can't just be an expert in your living room. You got to have the qualifications.
Exactly. You usually need a doctorate.
Right.
And that takes, serious dedication.
Yeah.
Years of school.
Okay, so it's a challenging path, but potentially really rewarding at the same time. But let's say someone listening is thinking, this sounds awesome, but where do I even begin?
Totally.
What does RoleCatcher say for all the aspiring health psychologists out there?
This is where their advice is super helpful. They're big on getting real-world experience, more than just book smarts. It's not enough to just learn about health psychology.
Right.
You got to live it.
Okay, I'm all for hands-on experience, but what does that look like in this field specifically?
Think volunteering at a hospital, interning at a community health place, or even doing some research at a university lab,
Oh, okay.
It's all about making connections, getting a feel for what it's actually like day to day, all while you're still learning the ropes.
So showing initiative, getting your hands dirty, proving you're serious about this.
Exactly. And the sooner the better.
Mhm.
RoleCatcher points out that even if you're just starting college, you can benefit from those hands-on experiences.
Yeah.
Field work, practicums, things like that. It's never too early to build that foundation.
Yeah. This is super helpful because I think a lot of people get overwhelmed with the whole breaking into the field thing. But let's be real, the job market is tough. How does a new health psychologist make their application stand out? Because let's be honest, just putting passionate about health on a resume isn't going to cut it.
Totally. All right, so get ready for some next-level career advice, because RoleCatcher has a few tricks up their sleeve. Some of them might surprise you.
Okay, lay it on me. I'm all ears. I love a good career hack.
So remember how we talked about technology's role in healthcare?
Yeah.
Well, it's changing the hiring process, too. RoleCatcher has a whole section on beating the automated recruiter.
Wait, are you saying robots are picking who gets job interviews now?
It's more common than you think. AI is playing a much bigger role in screening applications these days.
Wow. Okay. So how do we outsmart the robots?
Yeah.
Impress these digital gatekeepers? Tell me everything.
So one of RoleCatcher's biggest tips is making sure your CV or your resume, right, it's tailored to each specific job you apply for.
Okay, that makes sense, but that's going to be so time consuming, right?
Oh, yeah.
Who has time to rewrite their resume for every single application?
I hear ya. But RoleCatcher actually has something for that, too. They have these tools, right,
Okay.
that can analyze job descriptions, and they point out any skills that maybe you're missing on your CV. It's like having a career coach in your pocket, telling you exactly what to change to look better to potential employers.
That is seriously impressive. So it's not just about what you know anymore, it's how you present yourself in this whole digital world.
100%.
Wow.
And get this, RoleCatcher even has this feature, they call it Get Discovered. Basically, employers can search for people based on their skills and experience,
Wow.
and they can reach out to you.
So you're not just sending your resume out into the void hoping for the best. They actually come to you.
Exactly.
That is a game changer.
It really is. Okay, so we've talked about what health psychologists do, the good, the bad, even how to get your foot in the door.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm curious, what does the future hold for this whole field?
That's a good question.
Remember how RoleCatcher kept mentioning this shift towards preventative health care?
Yes. It's like this total change, right? Moving away from just treating people when they're sick to stopping them from getting sick in the first place.
Right.
But how does health psychology actually fit into all of this?
Exactly.
It can't just be telling people to eat their vegetables, right?
Right. It's way more nuanced than that. And to help us unpack all of this, we have a very special guest joining us today, Dr. Anya Sharma, a leading voice in the world of health psychology.
Dr. Sharma, welcome to the Deep Dive. Dr. Anya Sharma, it's wonderful to be here. We are so glad to have you. So, we were just talking about this big emphasis on preventative healthcare. Dr. Anya Sharma, and how health psychology is so important in all of this. Dr. Anya Sharma, of course. Yeah. From your perspective, what does that role actually look like? Where do you see health psychologists making the biggest impact? Dr. Anya Sharma.
That's a great question. You see, healthcare for so long, it's been reactive.
Yeah.
Like Anna Sharma. We wait for people to get sick, and then we try to fix it. But preventative healthcare, it flips the script. It's about giving people the power to stay healthy from the get-go. And that is where health psychologists come in.
I think what's so cool about this whole approach, Dr. Sharma, is that it recognizes how complex our health really is, Dr. Anya Sharma.
Yeah.
It's not just our genes or if we have good health care. It's our lifestyle, what we do, how stressed we are. Dr. Anya Sharma.
Yes.
All these things connected to psychology.
No,
to
Dr.
healthcare.
Sharma, exactly. And we as health psychologists were trained to understand those connections and then, come up with ways to help people make good, lasting changes.
So it's not just about telling people what to do. It's about understanding why they might not be doing it already. Like, what's stopping them? Dr. Anya Sharma, absolutely. We're talking about getting to the root of the problem. Is it stress? Is it lack of support? Maybe it's beliefs they've had for a long time. Dr. Anya Sharma. And then we use techniques that actually work to help people get past those roadblocks. It's about empowering them to have a healthier relationship with themselves and with their health. That's so smart. It's about meeting people where they are, Right.
Yeah.
Anya Sharma, exactly. Providing support that makes sense for them, not just giving generic advice. Dr. Anya Sharma.
Right.
Can you give us some examples? Like, what does this look like in the real world?
Dr. Anya Sharma.
Sure.
Let's take type 2 diabetes, for example.
Okay.
Dr. Anya Sharma, it's largely preventable, but it's on the rise.
Now, in a reactive healthcare system, we just focus on managing blood sugar when someone's already sick.
But with a preventative approach, a health psychologist would be involved much earlier, right? Dr. Anya Sharma, exactly. We would be working with individuals, figuring out their risk factors like stress, bad sleep habits, unhealthy eating.
Right, Dr. Anya Sharma. And then we'd create a plan just for them to address those things. So maybe we teach them how to manage stress better, help them get on a good sleep schedule, or work with them on their diet. So it's about giving people the tools to take control before anything bad even happens. Dr. Anya Sharma.
Precisely. And the research shows it works. These types of interventions are really good at preventing type 2 diabetes. But here's the thing. This isn't just for physical health. It works for mental health, too.
That's what I think is so amazing. We're not just talking about preventing diseases. We're talking about making people feel good, Dr. Anya Sharma. Exactly. In a preventative system, there's no real line between physical and mental health. They're connected. For example, we can use these same ideas to help with things like anxiety and depression.
Yeah. Dr. Anya Sharma, working with people to build resilience, develop coping mechanisms, and create supportive environments. This is incredible. I can definitely see how health psychology is going to be so important as healthcare changes. Dr. Anya Sharma. It really is. But for those listening who are interested in this career path, Dr. Anya Sharma, yeah, what are those key skills and qualities that someone needs to really thrive in this field?
It does, yeah. It sounds like you need to be a special kind of person, you know? Not just smart, but caring, able to really connect with people. Dr. Anya Sharma, you got it. A strong psychology background is a must, obviously.
Right.
Dr. Anya Sharma. But beyond that, it really comes down to a few things. First, empathy. Big time. You got to really get people, understand where they're coming from, meet them there, no judgment.
Totally. Recognizing that everyone has their own story, their own struggles. Dr. Anya Sharma. Exactly. And that kind of goes hand in hand with communication.
Right. Dr. Anya Sharma. You got to explain complicated stuff clearly, but also with compassion. And that's like talking, writing, everything. You'll work with all sorts of people, so being sensitive to different backgrounds, adapting how you talk to folks, that's key. So you're like a translator in a way, taking the science and making it make sense for everyone, no matter who they are. Dr. Anya Sharma.
Exactly. And finally, this one might seem obvious, but it's huge. You got to really care about health and well-being. Like deep down, that desire to help people, that's got to be your driving force. That's what gets you through the tough stuff, keeps you wanting to learn and grow in this field.
Dr. Sharma, this has been incredible. I think anyone listening now gets not just what a health psychologist does, but the impact they have. Especially this whole preventative healthcare thing, it's huge.
I'm with you. And let's not forget all that practical advice RoleCatcher gave us, like how to actually start a career in this. It's a booming field. They gave us a roadmap, some serious inspiration.
For sure. Dr. Sharma, thank you so much for being on the deep dive. This was invaluable, Dr. Anya Sharma.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
And there you have it, everyone. A deep dive into health psychology. We covered the different roles they play, the challenges they face, and all the awesome things they bring to the future of healthcare, especially this whole preventative approach.
Absolutely. Whether you're just starting to think about careers or you're a seasoned pro, there's always something new to learn.
Keep asking questions, keep exploring, and who knows, maybe you'll be the next big health psychology trailblazer, changing the world of well-being. Until next time, keep on diving deep.